Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me okay, and I hope you can say everything all right. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gudrun Wright. I'm a copywriter. I'm currently based in the northeast of England, but I'm soon to be location independent. I'm broadcasting from the kitchen, so if there's any problems with the sound or anything else, please let me know. Two apologies. First of all, I've got a croaky throat, so I might have to take a few swigs of water. And secondly, my notes are down in the corner of my laptop, so please forgive me while I look away. So today in my MemberBOMB, what I wanted to talk to you about is briefly what a copywriter is, what they do and what they don't do, what content is, and how you can make the most of your best content. So, what does a copywriter do? So copy is the term for any words on the page or on the screen, as it most often is these days, and that comes from the world of advertising. So anything that you produce, which is written or to be published, is copy. And a copywriter helps businesses to communicate their messages clearly to their audiences. And you might decide that you want to work with a copywriter because they have the skills to get right to the heart of what it is you're trying to say. They can look objectively at your business, and it's always a good idea to have somebody who can take a step back and look at your business and what you do and really explain exactly what it is. A copywriter will be able to weed out the jargon. So if you're in an industry such as IT, where there's a lot of acronyms and specific jargon, that's no use to your audience. They don't understand what that means. So a copywriter will take all that out for you. And the copywriter will also take out all the bits where you're talking about yourself rather than what it is your audience wants to hear, because what you think about what you do is really irrelevant. Your audience wants to know what can that do for them. So a copywriter loves words and they love to sit down and write, and they can usually do it a lot quicker than you can. So by asking a copywriter to help you, that frees up your time to concentrate on your business. You can do what you do best and let them just describe that process for you. So what a copywriter doesn't do is they don't assist you with protecting your intellectual property, or prevent people from pinching your best ideas. And I wish that was a joke, but people ask me all the time, how do I get that little C in the circle? And I have to explain that's a different kind of copywriting. So that is definitely not what a copywriter can do. And it's also vastly different to a copy editor. You heard from Louise last week, so you know the difference now. So what is content then? Well, content is anything that you produce and disseminate to the general public, but specifically your fans, your customers, your potential customers and your suppliers. So this video here is content. My latest blog post, your latest blog post, your social media update, the vlog you did on your way to a client meeting, a podcast interview you appeared on, all of that is content. And content is designed to tell your customers about you, and you'll have heard the phrase thousands of times. It's about getting them to know, like and trust you. And so you have to be able to give your customers something valuable, something that will help them to get an idea of what you do or how they can do something themselves and apply that in their own business. You need to teach them something for free, and you need to be consistent, you need to be visible, and you need to be helpful but not salesy. So that's quite a lot of things. The important thing is that the difference between content marketing and older styles is that what we have now is what's called permission marketing. So somebody will ask to be on your list. You can't just throw things at them. That's interruption marketing, where you just shout in their faces. Permission marketing means they like your page, they follow you on Instagram, they follow you on Twitter, they're connected to you on LinkedIn, or they've asked to receive your emails. And that's something that's going to get more important as data protection and cybersecurity changes. So to be aware of that. But don't get hung up on your content. It's just a part of your business. It's not the sum of your business. Start off small, put a collection of blogs together, videos, whatever it is that is the most appropriate medium for your industry and your target audience. And then that gives people something that they can refer to and learn more about you and decide if they want to do business with you. And hopefully, because you've given them value and for free, they will want to do business with you and not with somebody else. And it's about finding a balance between what you're comfortable with creating, where you're comfortable with putting out your social media, and what your audience likes. And that's the key. For me, I'm obviously not very visual, so something like video is not natural for me, but a lot of my audience is going to be on on social media looking for video. So you have to think about that. Where is your audience hanging out? Where are they going to be looking for you? So if they're on Instagram, you might not need to write as many blog posts. If you're targeting academics, maybe they like a scholarly article. So you really need to think about that. And then on to repurposing. So one of the key ways to create more content and to share it further, but without taking up too much more of your valuable time, without killing yourself, is to what we call repurpose your existing content, which is to interpret it in a new way for a different platform. So I like to think of repurposing as taking a hammer to a big chunk of content and breaking it up into lots of little nuggets that you can scatter all over the place, but in a strategic way. And the most obvious way to start off with this repurposing is to take a blog post you've written, one that you've recently published to your website, had a little bit of time for it to sit there and get some traffic. If you've optimized it correctly for SEO, and this will hopefully turn up in a Google search. But after that, think about sharing it on LinkedIn, either as an article or a status update. Include it in one of your newsletters that you send out to subscribers. Again, that's people who've opted in to hear from you. You can even combine it with other posts to make an ebook, which is a lot easier than you'd think. Because the main point of repurposing is to share your content to people who didn't see it the first time round. Not everybody's online all the time. People are on at different times of the day, over their lunch break, the end of the day. Obviously, if you go for an international market, there's the hours, the time difference to think about. So it's a way of just making sure that as many people as possible see what you have to offer. We do know that not everybody likes to read long articles. I don't know why. Obviously, the more I get to read, the better. So a lot of people do prefer to consume their information visually, orally, which is through the ears, not through the mouth, and also in bite-sized chunks, so little bits of information that they can read during their commute, when they've got a 5-minute break to go make a cup of tea, little bits of information that they can just snack on and learn something new. And if you've included a picture in your blog, and don't forget you should have, you can use that as the basis of a social media post. Use a juicy quote from your blog. And if you do this 3 or 4 times for Facebook, for Twitter and Instagram, that's 9 or 12 new bits of content right away. And you've already got all the information there ready. All you've done is chopped it up, put it into a new format and sent it out. Another thing you can do is you can record yourself reading out the entire blog post, but make sure you don't do it in a monotone because nobody wants to hear that. If you do a lot of vlogging, which people do, you can strip the audio out and share that either as a full transcript or again in bits with the key points. If you've interviewed somebody, there might be a quote that you really like, share that. Make a short video, again reading through your blog and share that. And what you do is you embed it on your site and then you share it out from there. Everything needs to point back to your website. And the really clever thing about repurposing is that it works in all different directions. So if you do a lot of vlogging, you can do it that way. If you do a lot of blogging, you can do it that way. So just because you've got it in a visual or an audio format doesn't mean that it's stuck forever and you can't pull it into something else. But the key is to be strategic. So get into the habit of when you produce a blog post to create some quotes and put them on graphics through using Canva, share them on social media, link back to the original article. But I would recommend always go to town on your really big helpful pieces of content. So if you've had a 1-hour webinar that people have subscribed or paid to, look at the best ways you can use and share that. So rather than just bung it on YouTube and sticking it in Edgar, transcribe it, have it into a blog series. A 1-hour webinar should give you at least 3 blog posts, if not more. Turn it into a checklist or a workbook that you can use as a lead magnet. If you've done a presentation, create slides to stick on SlideShare, create a blog post with the top 5 or 10 tips from the webinar, rip the audio, chunk it into videos, publish it as a transcript, as an article on something like Medium, and then again with the attractive graphics to share all over social media. And the thing is that people think, oh my god, I haven't got time for this, where do I start? It's important, don't be frightened by content creation or content curation, or marketing or repurposing. These are just different ways to share your knowledge with more people, and that is exactly what you do every day in your business. So that was a whistle-stop tour of copywriting, content marketing and content repurposing. If you've got any questions, I would love to hear from you. If you've got any comments at all about the video, also much appreciated, because not only is this the first time I've ever done a Facebook Live, I've never actually done my own video. So I apologise because I'm looking off to the right and I don't know why that is. But thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your time, and I will speak to you soon.